Hi guys, I'm Chef Anita Dhoni. I'm a person who loves creating innovative, easy, home-cooked recipes. But most importantly, I like cooking flavors that are related to my childhood, that are nostalgic and just yummy. So if you are a person who's on the go, who's constantly busy, then this series is for you. We've got some amazing recipes which have got local seasonal ingredients, but most importantly, we're gonna see what's in our fridge. So let's get into the kitchen and let's get cooking. Quick to sauce, easy to make and yummy recipes. That's what you're going to be getting in this series. So I have a fridge full of ingredients, some fresh and some frozen. Welcome to the first episode of Goeld Presents What's in My Fridge. I'm going to show you the dish and let's get cooking. So let's go. So pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? And for all of us who are working from home and are super busy, we keep thinking, how do we make our pizza dough from scratch? And that's why we've got something super exciting which can be kept in the fridge, and it's a frozen naan. It's a cheeseful naan. And today we're going to be making a cheesy naanza. So I'm going to show you the ingredients and let's get cooking. So for the recipe, I'm going to show you the ingredients. The first thing that you need is the Goeld frozen cheeseful naans. This is going to be our pizza base. Now for the pizza sauce, I'm going to teach you an easy pizza pasta sauce. We've got some tomatoes, we've just cored and scored and boiled them. We're going to be making a sauce very quickly. For that, you need some salt, some pepper, red chili, some dried herbs, and some dried chili flakes, oregano, and some toppings. So for the toppings, I've decided to do some kale, some cherry tomatoes, some mushrooms, some olives and sun-dried tomatoes. And you can actually improvise and make any topping that you like on top of this. So the first thing that we're going to do for the pizza pasta sauce is get our tomatoes, get the onion and the garlic. We're going to slice up our onions. So for the sauce, you'll need a blender. We're going to put the tomatoes into the blender. And we're going to be adding our sliced onions. We're also going to be adding some garlic. And we're going to be blending this. So once you've blitzed the tomatoes, we're going to quickly fine chop an onion and fine chop some garlic and start our sauce. It can be chopped easier and quicker. Now that we have our onion and garlic, we're going to start cooking our sauce. So in a pan, we're going to add some oil. You can use olive oil or you can use any sunflower oil as well. We're going to be adding some butter for some richness. So once the oil and the butter is hot, we're going to be adding our chopped onion and our chopped garlic and a little bit of Degi Mirch. So what I love about this pizza pasta sauce is the fact that I always keep a jar of it in my fridge. It's easy to use. You want to make a quick sandwich, you want to put it on toast, you want to have it on a pizza or even dunk some pasta into it. It's super versatile and it's really, really yummy. So while this is cooking, I'm going to quickly take out the tomato puree from the fridge. And into this, we're going to be adding our tomato puree. So we had blitzed our tomatoes and onion and garlic, and we're going to be adding it to our puree. You can see that lovely red color. Now we're going to be adding all our seasoning, and then we're going to let this boil for about 25 to 30 minutes till it comes to a nice saucy consistency. Now I'm going to be adding my herbs and spices. So chili flakes, some dried rosemary, oregano, mixed herbs, a little bit of pepper, and some salt. So now we're going to mix it all up, and we're going to be putting the lid. So while your sauce is bubbling away, I'm going to be making the naan. When we think of recipes at home and when we think of making pizza from scratch, it's quite a long process. And that's why I'm using these Goeld Cheeseful naans. All you have to do is open the packet and heat it on a tawa. Add a little bit of oil. So now that our tawa is hot, we're going to take our frozen naan and we're going to put them. So I've already got 2 naans on the tawa, and that's the amount of pizza that I'm going to make for myself, not anymore. And the rest is going to go into the freezer because these products stay best when frozen. Okay, so our naans are nice and toasted. You can see the color, they're beautifully cooked. What we're going to do is remove them and then start getting our toppings ready. So now that our naans are ready, we're going to start assembling everything for our pizzas. So that's why they're called Naanza, naan plus pizza. So we've got a baking dish. We're going to place our naans in the baking dish. Our sauce is going to be ready in 2 minutes. Quickly, we're going to prep our ingredients that we're going to put on top. So we're going to slice the mushrooms. I've already sliced them up. I've got some cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them into half. And for a healthy twist, we're going to be adding some kale. So this is some flat kale. You can use curly kale. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to break it. You don't want to chop it up. You just want to break it. And once it's out of the oven, we're going to be adding some rocket and some fresh basil. So I'm going to see the sauce now. It is going to splutter, so be a little careful with the sauce. As you can see, it's come to this really nice thick consistency. I'm going to switch it off and quickly just do a taste. So this sauce is perfect for the Indian palate. It's got a little bit of chilli. It's got the right amount of tomatoes and herbs and garlic, which Indians love. So I'm adding some fresh basil to the sauce. You don't want to ever chop your basil because it bruises the basil. Yummy pizza sauce is going to go on top of our naanza. So just apply a generous amount of the pizza sauce. And we have some grated mozzarella. You can use any cheese that you have. Mozzarella just gives it a lovely stringiness. As Indians, we always put the cheese on top, but the Italians always put the cheese at the bottom. Some of our kale and cherry tomatoes. And in the other one, we'll put some mushrooms and some olives. I also am lucky enough to put some sun-dried tomatoes. So slice up your sun-dried tomatoes. Again, this is such a thing, whatever you have in your fridge, just like the episode, what's in my fridge, I could literally use any toppings that I have. So now that the naanzas are ready, I'm going to pop them into a preheated oven at 220 degrees for about 10 minutes till the cheese melts. So it's been about 10 minutes. I'm going to show you what the naanza looks like. I'm really excited. So they look beautiful and golden. And now we're just going to put our toppings. The best part about these frozen naans are that they're super versatile, very easy, and almost like thin crust pizza. We're going to be topping our mushroom and olives with some fresh rocket, and our tomato and kale with some fresh basil, little bit of dried herbs, and some chili flakes. And lastly, we're just going to top it up with some olive oil. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really easy recipe made with frozen cheeseful naans. I honestly love this at home. I make this pizza sauce and keep it, and it's super quick and easy when you have a busy work day. And if you like this recipe, do comment below and let us know how you make it at home and how much you'd enjoy it. I will see you next week in another episode of Goeld Presents What's in My Fridge.